What's going on, guys? It's your dad, and today we're going to be asking the question: was Battlefield 1 the game that we all thought it would be? Just getting my thoughts out there, what I think they could have done better, what I think they've nailed perfectly. Let's jump in. So what I want to speak about is DICE have nailed it perfectly. They've hit this out of the park, unlike Battlefront, which I thought was a blundering mess. They've hit the grittiness of World War 1 straight out of the park. You only have to play the first mission in the single player campaign, or just play one game of multiplayer to know that there's nothing much that they could have done better. The destructible environments are back. Gore is fully fledged now with bayonet charges, stabs. The only thing I think they could have done was put limbs coming off, but obviously with young audience that's playing it now, they've removed that fully. Even though the game's meant to be an 18 plus, you know what kids are like with games. The negative things in this game, it's really hard to find. I'm loving the game so much so far. I just think there's a couple balancing issues. I just got fucking wrecked right there. There's a couple balancing issues with operations, which is why I've got Conquest gameplay in the background. Because when you're a defending team on operations, it is basically easy. When you're attacking, it's so hard to press through their defences when there's 20 goddamn people camping in a bunker. How the fuck are you meant to get in? They just spray you down at door when there's only 2 entrances. And operations, I believe, needs balancing quite a bit. But the single player campaign, I've heard a lot of complaints. In my opinion, I think they've done the single player perfectly. Always quality over quantity. I'd rather be a 4 or 5 hour campaign than a 10-15 hour campaign which just drags on and on and on. I've played many games where you enjoy the first couple of hours, then it just feels like you're repeating over and over and over again the same thing. Mafia free, and DICE have done it perfectly here. God knows the glitches in this gameplay. In my opinion, the campaign does get less playable near the end. The first couple of missions were the favourite in my opinion, and I felt it got a little bit weaker towards the end of it, especially the Lawrence of Arabia mission. I felt could have been a lot better than it was. But if you play it on normal or hard difficulty, I'll say it'll take you about 6 or 7 hours the campaign. Of course, if you play it on easy, it might take about 4 hours because you'll never die. But the Lawrence of Arabia mission is pretty hard, to be honest with you, because there's so many tanks. And if you play it on normal, you are going to die. And if you don't, then you're an absolute beast on battlefield. The best mission in the campaign was the one where you're volunteer in the British Air Force. That was the best one, bar none, in my opinion. Absolutely brilliant. And the funny thing is, I thought I'd hate that mission because I pretty much suck at flying planes on this and every other Battlefield in the past. It's never been my strong suit. I always crash, and that put me off that mission. But once you get into it, the storytelling is fucking brilliant. I love how they've hired actors to do like these cinematic roles. Lots of people hate this from this game, but I think that's one of the best parts of the single player campaign. I do believe they could have included some sort of co-op mode, just a little co-op mode so you could play a campaign with another person. That would make it a little bit more fun, and I believe that's something Battlefield games have been lacking, which is where Call of Duty sort of outsells itself, because it has Call of Duty Zombies, Spec Ops and all these different modes where you can play with your friends. The only mode you can play with friends is multiplayer, and some people do actually buy Battlefield not for the multiplayer. I know that's really hard to believe because it is the best. It is the best part of the game in my opinion, but not everyone feels like that. And one thing I believe they could have done better as well is, I know it's really hard to improve this because some of the stuff in this game was not in World War 1, so I believe they could have added some new weapons. The weapons do get old real quick because every class it feels like using the same weapon with just different variants of it. Sort of like you get supply drop openings on Call of Duty and you get variants of weapons. That feels like what you're upgrading to when you get credits to unlock a new gun. It's the same gun, it just might have a bayonet on it, it just might have extended range. There's no real difference in the guns. The multiplayer, I think, has been done to a T perfectly, apart from operations, which has quite a lot of balancing issues. The graphics on this game are absolutely amazing. And it's not just the graphics, the gameplay is also amazing. On Battlefront, DICE made that, and the graphics were the best we'd seen in 2015, but the gameplay was absolutely standard, just like a crappy arcade shooter. On this, the gameplay is brilliant. They've improved it a lot from the beta. Not so much so that we could say it's a completely different game. I also believe the map variants are very good. 5 or 6 maps is enough. I believe when games just shove too many maps in, like per single player mission on COD, I think there's like 3 maps from one mission. On this it's like 1 or 2, which is absolutely brilliant. I don't want them to rush out maps. I'd rather, again, we always want quality over quantity, and DICE know this now. From some of the mishaps, well, EA should have not let Hardline be released. That game was absolute fucking trash, and anyone who thinks otherwise is a COD fanboy, and you never played Battlefield in your fucking life if you think Hardline's good, you fucking dickheads. Sorry guys, fucking hate that game. This is the best Battlefield since Bad Company 2, in my opinion. Battlefield 3 and 4, they had this Levolution stuff, but the gameplay just got so boring so fast, and the fact that DICE have managed to keep this entertaining with it being World War 1 is just, it shows you how good DICE are as a company at making shooter games, and I believe this will be the year that it finally overthrows COD. That's all I've got to say about Battlefield 1 at the minute, guys. If you want an updated video in a couple of weeks, let me know in the comments section. And again, excuse the gameplay, it wasn't my best game by any means. And if you did enjoy this video, be sure to smash that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye, have a beautiful time.